Hi Diane, welcome to Glen Cove Public Library. Thank you so much for lending us your wonderful quilt to celebrate Juneteenth. It's only the second time that it's a federal holiday this year. So would you tell us a little bit about your quilt, any symbolism of the fabric and quilt patterns?
Sure. I'm a teacher by trade, but retired. But I didn't teach history. But when we were presented with the opportunity to make this quilt, I said I wanted to teach a lesson. So in 1865, actually in the original Juneteenth, the red, white, and blue areas here are the exact, that's what the United States was, California and Oregon on the west, and then the Confederacy was no longer. So this was the United States. And since there were 50 states, I didn't want to leave out Alaska and Hawaii. And this area here that's not colored was actually federal territory, which later became states. The quilting pattern is in flames because unfortunately wars had to be fought for people to get their rights, even with native, the indigenous peoples or whatever. Everything comes with a struggle, unfortunately. The quilting pattern around it, the threads are red and blue for obvious reasons, but the echo pattern sort of reminded me of like pulsating, because this is a story that was a very human story that still unfortunately is a very human story. So I wanted to show that this is a living, breathing thing. History isn't static. And then after the echo quilting, I did a pattern that reminded me of tears, because this was a sad story. It's triumphant, but it came fraught with many, 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 many tears. I used African-inspired fabric for Free at Last as counterpoint to the red, white, and blue buildings of the Capitol here. Juneteenth is obvious, free at last. Yes and no, we're free, but now with recent developments in American political history where they're trying to overturn very hard-fought voting rights, et cetera, are we really free at last? But, history lives. It's a living, breathing thing. And the pulsing reminded me also that this is a ripple effect because it's felt around the world. Look at the problems they're having in the Ukraine now and everything. So that's the story of my quilt.
Diane, thank you so much. This is absolutely stunning, beautiful.
Thank you.